Western New York has a quiet that feels layered, calm on the surface, but with something underneath it, something old that never really settled. Down a lonely stretch of McMahon Road sits a plain, white farmhouse that doesn't look like much from the outside. But the moment you cross the threshold, the air changes. It's subtle, but you feel it. Like the house is sizing you up, deciding what to show you. People talk about haunted houses all the time, but this one carries a different kind of presence. It doesn't jump out at you. It just lingers, watching, listening. We're stepping into the history, the hauntings, and the stories that turned this quiet little farmhouse into one of New York's most unsettling paranormal locations. I'm Stephen Rapsey, and this is Paranormal Hive.
Paranormal Hive, where normal meets the paranormal.
Long before the farmhouse stood here, the land already had a reputation. Seneca oral history speaks of conflict in this region during the 1700s. Stories of violence, unrest, and possibly even a massacre somewhere near the property. Details have blurred with time, but the weight of those events seems to have stayed behind. Early settlers reported strange lights drifting through the woods, phantom sounds echoing at night, and the uneasy feeling of being watched from the tree line. By the mid-1800s, the farmhouse was built, a simple rural home on a quiet land. But whatever happened here before, the land didn't forget. Jump ahead to the early 1970s. The Dandy family moved in, looking for a peaceful place to raise their kids. Instead, they walked straight into one of the most documented hauntings in New York State. Almost immediately, things felt off. Footsteps upstairs when everyone was downstairs. Soft chanting drifting through the empty rooms. Shadows slipping across the doorways. Objects sliding on their own. The children kept waking from the same nightmare. A woman in a long dress standing silently at the foot of their beds. One night, the mother saw her too, a full-body apparition gliding across the living room. The house wasn't just haunted, it was responsive.
The wind moves slow through the hollow trees. Old roots whisper underneath my feet. Shadows gather where the daylight fades. Something watching in the quiet of the glade. A house that breathes like a living thing. Walls that echo when the night birds sing. Every step feels older than the ground. Every silent shape like a warning sound. I feel the cold rise up my spine. A voice in the dark that isn't mine. Your hey now. it never sleeps. Oh, this house won't sleep, it keeps calling me back again. Through the walls so deep, I hear echoes of what has been in the still of night. Something stirs where the shadows creep. Oh, this house won't sleep, and it won't let me leave. Footsteps pacing on the upstairs floor, soft knocks tapping at the bedroom door. A woman drifting in a long white gown, eyes like embers burning without sound. Children waking from the same dark dream, a figure standing where the moonlight gleams. Every prayer just falls into the air, every blessing swallowed by the fear. Candles flicker, shadows twist, something ancient in the mist.
As the time went on, the activity grew darker. Doors slammed hard enough to shake the frame. Furniture shifted. Whispers came from rooms no one was in. Even the family dog refused to enter certain parts of the house. The dandies documented everything. Journals, letters, photographs, some of which still exist today. By 1974, they were desperate. They reached out to Father Alphonsus Trabold, a priest known for handling extreme cases. He didn't come to bless the house, he came to perform a structural exorcism, a ritual meant to cleanse the house and the land. Witnesses said the air grew thick, the walls vibrated, and a deep, unnatural sound echoed through the building. Then came a violent bang and silence. For a moment, it felt like the ritual worked, but within days, the activity returned, stronger, sharper, more aggressive. The Dandy family left soon after. After the Dandies fled, the house sat in a strange limbo. Locals avoided it. Stories spread. People claimed to see lights flickering in the windows at night, or hear chanting drifting from the woods. Eventually, paranormal researcher Daniel Clace purchased the property, restored it, and opened it up for investigation. Today, the Hinsdale House is one of the most studied haunted locations in New York. Teams from across the country visit, and many report the same phenomena the Dandies described decades earlier. Visitors often report full-body apparitions, disembodied chanting, sudden cold spots, shadow figures moving between rooms, lights appearing in the woods, objects shifting or falling, electronic interference, and that heavy, unmistakable feeling of being watched. But there's one moment investigators talk about more than anything else, something they call the acknowledgement. It usually happens between 2 and 3 a.m. The house goes completely still. No wind, no insects, no movement, just a thick, unnatural silence. Then, a single knock from inside the walls. Not loud, not aggressive. Just enough to let you know the house knows you're there. Over the years, the Hinsdale House has collected layers of lore. Stories of a hanging tree that once stood on the property, rumors of occult activity in the 1960s, sightings of a woman near the staircase, reports of a young boy spirit upstairs, and the belief that the land itself not just the house, is the true source of the haunting. Whether these stories are fact, folklore, or something in between, they all point to one thing. Something at the Hinsdale has never been at rest. The Hinsdale House isn't just a haunted building, it's a crossroads where history, trauma, and the unexplained all collide. A place where the past refuses to stay quiet. If you ever decide to visit, go with respect, go with patience, and remember, some places don't just hold stories, they tell them back. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, drop me a message at paranormalhive.live. I'm Stephen Rapsey, and you've been listening to Paranormal Hive.
The signal fades, but the questions remain. Until next time.